Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. This time we're taking a look at a Beast Wars era Transformer, and it's Magnaboss. This is the last of the G1 combiners in G1 continuity, at least. It is a Beast Wars figure, and it's one of the last Beast Wars figures. This, of course, is the Maximal. He had a counterpart named Tripredicus, which was also 3 units, and these were sold as a 3-pack set. It was considered an ultra-class figure, and I got this guy for $25 at a flea market here in Indianapolis, and it's got a few missing parts, and I'll kind of go over that, but it did come with the instruction sheet, which is really, really cool. Of course, Beast Wars, Magnaboss, and it shows you how to transform its 3 different components here, which we'll go over. And then on this side, it shows you how to make the combiner. So that was kind of cool. You don't see that too terribly often anymore. Now, because of how clean the set was, I thought it was actually a reissue, but turns out it wasn't. It's an actual 1997 figure. He is composed of 3 different beasts. We have this elephant, who is actually Ironhide. We have the lion, who is Prowl, and then we have an American bald eagle, who is Silverbolt. Now, these 3 figures are actually supposed to be, according to the bio, the original G1 characters. They had worked together so well for millennia that when they were converted to a Maximal format, they worked even better together and combined to form Magnaboss, which I don't know how that would happen, actually, as these 2 die in Transformers the movie. But, of course, Wheeljack comes back in either, I think, Headmasters or Victory. I can't remember which one it is. He just magically pops back up in the Japanese series. But anyway, whatever. I picked this up because it was kind of neat, kind of cool, very different, and it was not a bad price. Now, to look at the 3 beast modes initially, here we have Ironhide as the elephant, and it's a pretty good beast mode. It's a pretty good elephant. I do like it. The green eyes are kind of strange, but I guess that's a 90s thing. It does have really nice molded detailing in the elephant hide. We got the little nails at the bottom, of course the tusks. We have a tail that kind of pops out. Now we do have some robot kibble in the back, but that's okay, not too terribly bad. Now each one of these figures has a attack mode, and Ironhide's supposed to have these 2 kind of club missile launcher things that kind of shoot forward. This particular set did not have those. I'll have to pick those up at some point in time. But it also has this interesting kind of robot parts on the back of his ears. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. But all in all, I really do like the elephant mode. It's very stable, very solid, not very posable, but it looks cool. We've got Prowl the lion. This particular one is missing the bottom part of one of his feet, which I'll have to see if I can find at some point. But overall, I mean, he's pretty decent. There's a lot of detail in his mane and on the fur itself. He's got some really cool red eyes, kind of real beastie looking. Very neat. He also has a, if I can get this set up here. This is his attack mode. Get the feet down real fast. Come on. Hang on, let me set this up. Alright, so here is his attack mode, which I guess is supposed to be these 2 pieces just kind of fold out there. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of strange, kind of weird. Oh, the eagle fell. Let me pause and put these guys back in order. Alright, and then we have the American Bald Eagle Prowl, and he's probably the weakest one of the bunch. If you look underneath, he's really hollow. A lot of people did not care for that, but the upper part looks pretty decent. You gotta be careful with this guy, though, because he does have a lot of GPS issues. This particular one does have it. If you notice, there's a peg piece there, and it has snapped off on that side. Doesn't really affect much as far as transformation goes, but when I do get him back into Magnaboss mode, I'm never taking him out again. He will stay in there. So you got to kind of be careful with Silverbolt there. This one also has an attack mode. Let me put it in that mode for you. Alright, so here he is in his attack mode, and again, very, very odd. He's got these little missiles that fire out. If you look, there's a little button on the inside of the wing that launches the missiles. I'm really kind of shocked he still has the missiles on here. But yeah, there is his attack mode. So let's get these guys in the robot modes and see what we think of those. Alright, so here is our trio in robot mode, and, well, they're 1990s Beast Wars robots. We'll start with Ironhide first. He is an interesting one. He's got a very alien-like face there with this kind of snarl going on. He's very, very, very top-heavy, of course, if you see all that kibble going on. He actually doesn't have hands. He's got these kind of spike things that come out, and of course his missiles, and the instructions show one of these coming out as a spike, and then his missile clubs forming a gun for the other one. So he actually doesn't have hands. The other interesting thing about Ironhide, if I can kind of swing around, and you can see right there, he has a maximal rub-on sticker. That is pretty unique, I think, for Beast Wars figures. I don't remember any of the other Beast Wars figures having those. If I am wrong, please correct me. But he does have some nice, interesting veiny things going on the inside of the elephant head. And then he's got some robot pieces going on the inside of the body. So that's kind of interesting. All in all, I mean, he's an interesting robot, I suppose you could say. I don't know. He's not all that great. And then we have Prowl here, who is very yellow. Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of a standard little deluxe figure with his back tail thing kind of forming a weapon. His head mold's actually pretty decent. It's kind of reminiscent of the G1 Prowl, I suppose, with the fins on the top. At least the Ironhide has red, I guess, like the G1 counterpart. And then we have Silverbolt here, who his face looks very owl-like to me. The back of his wings kind of make these cool-looking swords, and he is so top-heavy, you got to use the tail there to actually keep him standing up, because those giant wings have missile launchers in them, and they're very, very, very heavy. So yeah, there they are in their robot modes. Not the greatest, but you want these guys to form Magnaboss, not their own individual robots. So let's get this guy combined together and form the mighty Magnaboss. Alright, now here we have Magnaboss in his combined form. And he's not a bad robot. I do like the figure. He's very different. He's one of the two combiners that we got out of Beast Wars. We had this guy in Tripredicus, which was his counterpart. And I did have a Tripredicus. I got him at a BotCon in Fort Wayne, Indiana years ago. But unfortunately, he got lost in a box in a move, which is sad. But yeah, I mean, the robot mode is not too terribly bad. The large, bulbous yellow head is kind of weird to me. I do like the wing pieces out here, the feather pieces, the missile racks. Very cool looking. His arms kind of hidden back behind the wing set. And yeah, and that leg, with the screws, I don't know if you can spin that around so you don't see the screws or not. So that might be mistransformed. I just couldn't get it to sit right. The other thing is, like I said before, I'm actually missing two pieces that were the clubs for Ironhide, the elephant, and they actually form with the eagle wing tips right there, the lion club, and those three components merged to make a large sword. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so I just made a crossbow out of the lion club there, and then I mounted the wing tips there, which go well along with the missile racks. And surprisingly, shockingly, he still has the missiles. That's like the first thing that always goes missing on toys, and he actually, the gimmick is used by hitting the button back there, and they fire out, which is kind of interesting. Now, a side shot of the guy, it's lots of kibble, and it doesn't, I mean, kind of hard to see what's going on there. And going on the backside, it just gets worse. Again, remember, this is a figure from 1997. The funny thing is, Ironhide is down in the butt. He's like pooping out Ironhide's head. It's really strange. So he's definitely one you want to pose on your shelf and keep him kind of front and center there. The funny thing is, his head is always kind of like, dude, what are you looking at? He's kind of always looking up and away. Every review I have seen on this guy has been the same. This figure's head just mounts kind of funny. Now, since he is only 3 robots, basically you're going to have the lion becomes the head and the upper torso, and then looking on the side, Silverbolt actually kind of wraps around him, and then they sit on top of Ironhide. So that's how it kind of all comes together. But it is actually very stable, very heavy figure, and it looks pretty cool. You know, and for $25, I'm missing two pieces, and I got the instructions. I'm not going to complain about it. So very cool stuff. It doesn't affect the way any of the figures look when they're in their beast modes, and that's fine with me. Is this something you want in your collection? Unless you're a huge Beast Wars fan, you could probably pass this guy. If you like obscure Transformer figures, you're definitely going to like him. Yeah, he looked so clean. I thought he was a reissue. I mean, he is immaculate. They did not reissue this figure. They did repaint this figure for Beast Wars 2 in Japan. It made him a Predacon, but still called him Magnaboss, which was really strange. But those were the only 2 variations of the figure. So this is the US Maximal release. And pretty cool stuff. I just like the fact that he's the last of the G1 continuity combiners. So there he is, Magnaboss. Thanks for watching, guys, and look for more videos in the future.